everybody. I am going to be doing something a bit different with y'all today. I am going to be designing people and my eras. This video was inspired by Pet Peeves, who is another YouTuber who you should subscribe to. Anyways, the very first era we're going to look at is simpleons era. Simpleons era happens from my birth all the way to 10 years old. You can now hear a word from her.
Hi everybody, I'm Simpleon. It is super great to meet you all. I am so excited to share my story. I hope y'all will really like it, and I hope y'all think I'm cute. Anyways, let's let Sarah design my era. Hey, that rhymed. I could be a poet.
So, the very first person we have is my mother. Now, my mom and my dad are going to be the only people who appear in every single era I have, but their designs will change to match a certain era. So, when I was around first born, my mom was already a really stressed person. She was working as a middle school teacher while also having to take care of me, and it was super stressful on her, and she was stressed a lot. However, that did not stop her from being an absolutely incredible mom. She always looked after me, took care of me, and she made sure that I was always eating the right things and staying safe. If I ever tried to do something remotely dangerous, she would insist on me not doing it. She also helped me a lot when I used to fall a lot as a kid and got scrapes. She always made me feel better by giving me a kiss and then a band-aid. Another thing to know about my mom is that she is a very strong person, because she has some diseases. I will not mention the name of them for privacy reasons, but she's had to deal with some diseases since before I was born, and that meant actually that I was most likely not supposed to be here. I was not supposed to be born, but through a miracle by God, I was born. She says I'm her miracle child, and she loves me to absolute bits. So her design here, I wanted to make it very simple since Mom and Dad were kind of simple in this era. So for her design, I obviously kept her as a Sylveon. She will still be a Sylveon for all three eras, but it'll be a different designed Sylveon. I decided to make her a bit cuter, giving her a bit of a tired look by putting eye bags over. Now, for the bottom of the design, I didn't change too much from a regular Sylveon. I did remove the ribbons, but I decided to still give her wings since she is going to have wings in every single era. Another fun fact about my mom is that she's been a teacher for a very long time. If I remember correctly, she's been a teacher for about 26 years. She retired from a teaching job last year. But girl, the fact she had to teach so many middle and elementary schools, that was freaking true devotion. I remember one time I went to one of the schools she was teaching at, and I was in 5th grade at the time, and all her classmates and all her class... Wait, what? her students were all in 11th grade. So to me, it was so gosh darn cool to have older people thinking I was funny. I tried to be as funny as frickin' possible. Now, I will say, while she is not a bad parent in any way, we did butt heads a lot as a kid. She came from a strict household, not an abusive household, but a strict household, and I think because of that, some of the strict rules passed on into her mind. She was really strict with me, and while she didn't hit me, of course not, we would yell at each other often, and I think I remember one time I bit someone at school, and so she was telling me not to bite people, but then I remember I think I hissed at her and kicked her seat while we were in the car. And because of that, she took away my whole Magic Clip set, which was a toy brand that was popular back then. I remember being so friggin' devastated about that. But now that I look back on it, I realize, yeah, I really deserved it. However, she was extremely understanding about it, since during my childhood, the only mental conditions I had to deal with were social anxiety, ADHD, autism, and... Oh, what was the other one? I'm blanking on the name. Oh, yeah, there was also ARFID, and because of that, I was just kind of messed up all over the place. My eating habits weren't good, honestly. I ate McDonald's every day for years and years, but I had to eat yogurts too to have some sort of healthy moderation, and I couldn't have my nuggets if I didn't eat a yogurt. But another thing I was struggling with as a kid was anger issues. Now, I don't have anger issues anymore. In fact, I try my best to not get angry no matter what. And as a kid, I got very angry at absolutely everyone. And I would not hesitate to scratch people, bite people, hiss at them, kick them. But through all that, my mom still loved me very much and did the best she could to help me, especially since I remember I did not start speaking until I was around 6 and didn't start walking till I was around 4. She was so supportive and she helped me so freaking much in my childhood, and I absolutely adore her and love her. So now you're getting to see the finishing design on her. As you can see, I made her very tired and sleepy. But in the end, I will say she is an absolutely incredible mom, and I love her so freaking much. I love you, Mom. Next up in my era, we have my super cool, awesome dad. Now, my dad is also going to be present in all 3 of my eras, because luckily I was blessed with a family that would never divorce, fight, or any kind of stuff like that. I had a bit of trouble coming up with design, but all I knew was that he needed to be a Flareon. He's always been a Flareon to me. He has such Flareon energy to me, honestly. I decided to give him sunglasses because he was a cool dad. He wore caps and hats a lot, and he still wears them a lot today. He is a super big sports fan, like sport of anything, football, soccer, baseball, any of that stuff. Growing up, he was my bestest friend in the whole friggin' world. He understood me so much, and we always laughed together and joked about the dumbest things. For example, a joke between us that we still laugh at today are fart jokes. We just, both of us find it extremely funny and hilarious to, laugh at that kind of stuff. However, Mom does get a bit grossed out, but sometimes she'll join us in the joke. Also, along with my dad, I figured that I'd add a bit of spark to him, which y'all will see coming up shortly. But I think that he had like that spark that dads have when their child is born. I can't quite describe it myself. I was stuck on his design for such a long time, man. I could not know what to do. You can see here that I'm struggling so freaking hard. Okay. These are. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I always struggle with designs, despite designs being my passion. Anyways, back to my parent. So, another thing about my dad was that he, also has some diseases, and it sucks because I worried about him a lot as a kid. I was always so worried that something would happen to him. But luckily, nothing ever did happen to him, and we were reassured that he would be okay. And he stuck by my side through Simpleon's era, through Star Vaporeon's era, Nova's era, and the other eras that are to come. I just adore him so much. He is the silliest, fun. The most fun dad ever. I adore him to absolute bits. He is just so amazing. I can't get over how much I love him. He is like my bestest friend. I've repeated so much stuff. Anyway, this is my dad. I hope y'all like him. Oh yes, it's Brendan's turn. I freaking adore you, Brendan. Brendan is my best friend. The first best friend I ever had in my life. We were inseparable. One of the main reasons being we both had bad anger issues, and we could bond over that because we understood how each other felt when a lot of the teachers at the school didn't. We had met in 2nd grade, and we had so many fun play dates, and mostly at McDonald's playing in the play place. Then I didn't see him for a while, but then I saw him again in 4th grade, and we were still friends, and I think I remember him vowing that we would get married when we got older. It was he was such a cutie, oh my gosh. He was so sweet, he was always there for me, but sadly, sorry, I get a bit sad here. Around 5th grade, although he had promised me that he would be there in 5th grade, he wasn't there. I didn't see him anywhere in school. I tried having my mom contact his mom, but they had moved, and I haven't seen him since, which Makes me sad. But I decided to make him a flying type since the rest of these designs will be custom evolutions, and his name would be Featherion. And oh, you guys are gonna love the stories about him. He is the best freaking thing ever. I just really hope I see him again because he was truly my one and only friend, and I love him so much. I really miss him, and hopefully, if he somehow comes across this video, hi Brendan, it's me, Sarah, from 4th grade. I hope you remember me. And yep, that is going to be Featherion, my best friend. I hope y'all will like the stories about him. Now, on to some of my lesser preferred people in my era. This is Shelby. Shelby was, I guess, another best friend I had. We had met in 4th grade, but the problem was she was so freaking two-faced. Like, one day she was my bestest friend in the world, the next she calls me a jerk or something, and whenever we'd have sleepovers, her family would be so freaking rude to me, and Shelby would let it slide, in fact, siding with them on it. I get that she might have been scared of her parents, but she could have at least tried defending or telling me after that. I was really hurt by her. She never did anything, like, physical at all to me, but her verbal words really hurt me. So because of that, I decided to make her a poison type evolution, whose name will be Toxic-ion, because she was toxic. I wanted to make her kind of like looking like a jerk, with her face seeming like I don't really care what I do to you and stuff like that. Anyway, Shelby, if you're watching this, I really hope you changed, and hopefully you've learned your lesson from hurting me so much. I did actually see her again in 7th grade, where she was now going by the name Max, but once again, we were fighting with each other. Never stopped. So eventually I just cut her off completely, knowing it was for the best in my life. I really hope that she's a much better person, and I'm pretty sure we were mainly kids when we were friends. I hope that as she's nearing adulthood, since I think she was the same age as me, I hope that she's matured, and she might have been struggling at home from what I could tell, so I just really hope she got the help she needed, because sometimes it wasn't her fault. She was just building pent-up anger, especially since she was also bullied, like me. But yep, as you see, this is Toxion. I like her design. I just don't like her. Oh yes, you can't forget the typical school bully. Yippee! This is Elijah. He was my childhood bully in elementary school. Again, he never did anything physical, but he said some words that were really hurtful towards me, and the problem was when I stood up back to him, the school blamed me and not him. He was really annoying, and while I did come across him again in 7th grade, dang, 7th grade is wild, he hadn't changed at all. He was still rude to me and even called me racist. I don't know why he would, but I decided here to make him a rock type evolution and give him some spikes, because I know it sounds weird to say, but like he was like spiky, like he could hurt you and he would not give a crap about it. I also thought that maybe he could have also been part steel type, but then I remembered there's already a person who uses a steel evolution, so I figured I would not want to steal that idea from them, because that's stealing, obviously. But overall, I am kind of upset I have to talk about him, but honestly, in the end, again, I really hope he got help. I think help is what he needed, and I wish he would also apologize for all that he did to me. Next up, we have this one's a bit hard to talk about. So this is John. He was someone I knew when I was in 5th grade not primary school, a private school. And he was so freaking mean. He would call me such rude slurs. And like when we had in our class, we had a turn of like carrying a basket full of everyone's lunch boxes. He'd always find a way out of it and get me to do it, which made me very, very angry. And he also did some things I really don't want to talk about. But let's just say he left a lot of scars on me. But I did decide to make him a ground type evolution, since like I like to say that ground is related with dust, and he was kind of a dirty person. Like, not metaphorically, literally, he was dirty. So I felt like this would be the best. Well, I mean, he was dirty mentally, metaphorically too. But yep, here he is, Dusty on. I don't know if I want to see him again. Back to the good side of people I like. This is my fourth grade teacher, Miss Wilcher, and one of the reasons I wanted to include her is that most of my other elementary school teachers were either not good at their job or straight up rude. But Miss Wilcher, she was the freaking goat. Oh my gosh. She helped me out so much. She was teaching, I believe, math and reading, and I struggled so bad with math when I was younger. She would always help me and make sure that I understood the material. I do remember, like, halfway through the school year, she suddenly disappeared, and, like, we had a sub for the remainder of that school year. But on the last day of school, she came back because she wanted to say goodbye to her kids. We could all tell that she had left because of some sort of sickness or disease, and we knew that just she wasn't in the condition to teach. But the fact she made effort to see her students on our last day, on the last day of school, that was very, very sweet of her. I really miss her, and I hope that she is doing really well, because she left her job after that, too. Miss Wilcher, if you're somehow watching this, I really miss you, and thank you so, so much for being such a great teacher. Oh, yar! We finally got the last person in this era. My Spanish teacher, Miss Bray. Miss Bray was my Spanish teacher in my 5th grade year where I was at a private school. She was so awesome. She taught Spanish in, like, such a freaking fun way. I absolutely loved all of her classes. And what was even greater was that, unlike the other teachers at my school, she actually helped me stand up to my bullies. And so I decided to make her a dragon type because she had that spicy dragon type. And actually, now, I'm not sharing where she works, but she's actually now the assistant principal of the school, which, good job, Miss Bray. You're freaking awesome. I really hope y'all enjoyed this. Of course, there are going to be many other people in this era, but if they had a design in this video, that means they're either someone important to me through that era or someone who reoccurs a lot. Anyways, I really, really hope y'all enjoyed this. Bye!